I think issues of humanitarian consequence are integral for young people, for students to know about, because we live in an increasingly global world. Ours is a country which has a lot of authority and influence internationally. We're currently involved in two active wars, namely in Iraq and Afghanistan. But beyond that, I think, given the rights which we possess in our country, the freedoms that we hold and cherish to our country's history, I think we have a responsibility to help uphold those, protect those rights for those citizens around the world who are unable to do so.
I think it's important for us to know what goes on. Like, we hear that there's a war, and we hear that there are people that are being killed and that there's a conflict, but we don't really know what's happening and what they're going through and the people that are trying to help them and everything. And I think it's good to know that, and it makes you sort of want to do something and volunteer as well.
It's important, I think, to teach students and have a conversation about international humanitarian law, because attitudes have really pivoted considerably over the last few years. Where now a majority of young people think torture is acceptable. People believe that extrajudicial assassination is acceptable, that indefinite detention is acceptable, where if you go back 5 or 10 years before 9/11, those were the kind of things that I think most Americans would have thought were unconscionable, and now we do those kind of things. So I think people need to have an educated view when they look at these kind of issues and decide whether it's right or wrong.
Well, in my teaching, as much as the history is important, what really matters is how that history gets applied to current issues and policy decisions. And there are few things that are more important than life and human dignity. So I want my students to really understand these concepts and know how to go out and be good, active, global citizens.
I do believe in the whole global connections of Red Cross and taking us, the future, as cliche as that sounds, taking us and teaching us peace and how to care for everyone regardless of race or gender or ideals and noble causes like that, and I feel like we can implement that for the future, us. And I guess that's why we as teen youth volunteers joined in the first place.